we're back. We're trying it again. It's all starting all over again. We're so sorry. Again. We had a connection glitch and it was just not good. Not good. What?
That won't stop us.
No, it never stops us.
Can't stop, won't stop. That's it. We keep on going.
All right, so we're sending our invite back to Ray to join us again.
And we were talking about footwork. You talked about how he is taller than he's the mount.
Right, the Mount Kilimanjaro over here. Sorry, Ray, our connection on our end dispersed and we lost everybody.
Oh, wow.
Oh, we're back.
You were talking about footwork. Did you play basketball? Like, where did you develop such great footwork?
I've done a lot of sports. I've been an athlete. Oh, let's try this. I've been an athlete my whole life. With that being said, I've played a number of sports: volleyball, basketball, track and field. Actually, even badminton at one time at a relatively higher level, per se. I did all this before I ever started boxing, and it has proven so incredibly instrumental and beneficial to me especially when it comes to the cultivation of power. I was a thrower in track and field, so there was no better tutelage when it came to how to throw a power punch than throwing discus, throwing shot, and then also I took up salsa dancing. And yeah. I like the two-step. I dance on two in the event there's anybody who wants to go shake a foot.
Please teach me salsa.
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay, all right. Well, that would be the teaching component of your training today.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's actually, ever since I started the sport of boxing, the one thing that I struggled to get and really wanted was coaching on learning boxing footwork. And I learned, well, as most people will say, most students of the game, I learned a lot being a coach. Imparting my knowledge on somebody else, watching from that outside vantage point, I got to see exactly what was what in essence. And I will not be so bold as to say that I've perfected footwork, but more importantly, I think I have a pretty good grasp on it because it's one of the key reasons of my success. So let's go with that.
Nice. Quick little story about footwork is, so when I trained with Emmanuel Stewart in Detroit, when I first started training with Emmanuel, he would tell me stories about Lennox. And he said, Sid, one of the very first things I had to work on with Lennox was his footwork. So I told him to go out to the clubs and dance. Like, this is what he goes. I told him, just go out to the club and dance. You got to work on your footwork, work on your timing. And I'm not suggesting that all boxers go out to the club and dance. I'm just saying dancing is a good part of learning footwork.
It's phenomenal because, depending on the dance, too, you watch these people when they are dancing, and there's a lot to it. A lot of balance, a lot of control, a lot of small movements.
Yeah.
Sure. But now I need to see both of you dance.
Like the partner dancing?
I need dance feeling something. We need to have a dance party.
Look at that!
we gotta show us some salsa out on the street.
Go on,
Right now, all I got is arm length. Can you see that? I'm dancing. I'm dancing.
Great.
That's the next event we're gonna have here, guys. It's going to be the Civic Club, and we'll just have one dance party.
Nice.
There you go.
Let's talk a little bit more about Big Ray. Where he's been and where he's going. So again, boxing champion, also movie star. He has an action figure. Actually, it's an action figure. How did you get into the movies? How did you get into the movie scene?
Um, well, I got into film late in high school, and all because, well, I was a young boy, and young boys with hormones do whatever it takes to impress a lady. So this
Okay.
girlfriend of mine told me that she thought that myself and another guy would do really good in film. She was a model herself, actually model and actor, um, like we're in grade 12 at the time. So sure, we tried it. I took it as just fun. She got me started off in doing some background gigs, and it was incredible. I kept getting bumped up to actor. But my big breakthrough, my first audition where I actually landed the role of actor, was in a movie called The Rocky Marciano Story.
I didn't know.
Okay,
Nobody was in that either.
The Rocky Marciano Story. I played Rocky Marciano's first amateur fight opponent. Big Lester.
Really?
We're gonna have to watch it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you get did you get credit for that? Did you get an acting credit for that?
I got my acting credits, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
The irony, I still didn't take it seriously. I did my thing, and then eventually, let's fast forward, maybe 6 years, 7 years. I did a movie. I was on a TV show called Kojak with Ving Rhames. Ving Rhames played Kojak, and Ving Rhames and I had originally met in '88 when we were doing a TV show called Men's. And I walk up to him and said, "Yeah, I haven't seen you since the last time I worked with you back in the '80s." He goes, "Yeah, so you're talking about the last time I was up in Canada?" I goes, "Yeah, I guess that was when you're back in Canada." And we start talking, and he goes, "Oh, that was you." At the time, I was a basketball player. I was 6'6", I was 187 pounds. Nobody in boxing knows me under 240 pounds.
Right.
I was 187 pounds. I was a skinny little beanpole. So we connected, we hit it off. And then in '07, I wasn't working with you yet, but I was just driving, and I get called, and they said, "Yeah, you, they want you to try out do this film called Phantom Punch, where I play Henry Lester." Phantom Punch, the Sonny Liston story.
Yes.
Henry Lester was not just, I guess, he was one of the first people he beat up in prison, but then in Missouri Penitentiary has a professional boxing scenario. An amateur boxing scenario in the prison, where the inmates could actually compete and they could become a state champion sort of thing.
Yeah.
Well, a priest saw Sonny Liston knock out this big guy, me, rushed to him, told him, use your talents for good as opposed to becoming part of the system, or actually more so part of the system. Try to take up some boxing. He goes, "Well, how do you know I'd be any good?" "Well, you just knocked out the Missouri champion with one punch." Therefore, Sonya Liston went and fought the Missouri champion again, me, and ends up knocking him out in the first round. And that's a true story about Sonny Liston. More importantly, I found it ironic that Big Lester ended up getting. I was Big Lester, then I was Henry Lester. What can you do? Oh, my girl's here. So we can you film it?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, we're having some filming difficulty. Let's see. I can't hear them though.
Oh, is he gonna dance?
Sorry, guys.
Awesome. With that being said, the next thing.
I'm having difficulty hearing you because can we put on? Are you there?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
we're
you.
here.
Yeah.
Okay. The big correlation is because my two boxing movies, Big Lester, Henry Lester. Turns out that Henry Lester, or more sorry, Sonny Liston, one of my favorites of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Arguably one of the most devastating punchers of all time. Arguably one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. Yeah.
Very cool.
But
Very cool.
most importantly, I guess today what we're looking to do is talk about footwork. No?
We are going to talk about footwork.
We should.
I can't hear anything.
Use some help on footwork.
And since we have
Hold tight a second.
here, who's also, again, a movie star.
Right?
I wonder...
Fun fact, though. Really quick fun fact. So, you were in Suicide Squad.
Yes.
And a fun fact about that is during the filming of Suicide Squad in Toronto at the studios, my dad and I were at the studios, and we had taken Travis for his first big day in Toronto, so he had made a news report on CP24, and then we had Travis and I took off, and he was maybe 2 or 3 at the time, and we took off and snuck around everyone's trailers trying to see who we could find, and we peeked through the one door that was open right as they were setting up the explosion scene. So I'm sorry if we interrupted your filming that day. There was somebody got pretty mad at us. So we were like, oh no, we're allowed to be here. We have passes.
Oh, nice.
So I was trying to get in Will Smith's trailer. I wanted to shoot hoops.
Well, Will Smith didn't actually have a trailer.
That's
That could have. That yeah, he didn't have a. When you're that big, yeah. My story with Will was when we were filming in the studio. What had happened was apparently when Will was out filming on Yonge Street, he had a trailer, but apparently it wasn't big enough for him. So they went and talked to a local establishment, which was an ice cream shop, and asked them, could we rent this facility for the day, and Will Smith will be able to use it as his his trailer. I said, yeah, sure. They negotiate whatever price, but then Will decided that he wanted to show thanks that much more, and he then went off and invited them, paid for them to come to the studio, and everybody in the studio was gifted free ice cream sandwiches, and all sorts of treats and whatnot for like 3-4 hours
Very cool.
in the studio. You have to understand the magnitude of what these people call us. What is a studio? A studio literally is the size of a city block.
Yeah.
Literally,
Yeah.
literally the size of a city block. There could be anywhere close to 200-300 people in there at one given point in time. We're talking crew, staff, whatever the case may be. All these people, I don't know how they didn't run out of ice cream, but Will then pay for all that. Just because Will is Will.
That is cool.
A memorable story, right?
Right?
Creating memories.
That's what we were talking about before.
Yep.
All the memory.
All right, well, let's create some memories right here with footwork. You are going to teach Sonya some footwork, some fancy footwork. All right, so, all right, basics. All right, so.
Let's go with basics.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go back one. I'll start right from the beginning.
Okay.
I want you to stand with your feet shoulder width apart.
Oh, he's going right
As
from
I
the
am.
beginning. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
From here, I want you to take a step forward with your left foot. And this is just assuming that you are an orthodox or right-handed fighter. Now,
I am, but I'll look like a southpaw to you.
say that again?
I am an orthodox fighter, but in the video, I will look like a southpaw.
Oh, a southpaw. Okay, let's do southpaw. So you want to take a step forward with your right foot. Okay.
Cool. Done.
Perfect.
Great. Okay. Now, way I teach, if 12 o'clock is straight ahead and 9 o'clock is straight to your left, I'd like you to twist your left foot towards 9 o'clock. I'd like you to twist your right foot towards 11 o'clock while still facing towards 12.
Okay.
Okay? From here, bring your hands up. Your left hand, touch your cheekbone. Your right hand, just as a tad bent out, stretched in front of you. I want you to sit. I want you to keep your back heel off the ground. Now you're in your boxing stance. When I say get in your boxing stance, that's your boxing stance. From here, the first thing I'm going to show you is how to walk in boxing. Simply put, lift up your front foot, push off your back foot. Try that a couple of times. When it comes to moving backwards, it's the exact same thing in reverse. This is the dancing part. We're dancing.
Ray? Oh, I'm dancing with Ray.
You're dancing with Ray.
Special day.
Dancing with
Now,
Sonya.
let's roll our first punch, which is our jab. It's our right hand. So you're just going to extend, and just before your hand is fully extended, I want you to turn your fist so as your palm is down, knuckles first, and push.
Good.
I don't want to see this action. Don't lift your elbow up prematurely. You'll end up hurting yourself eventually. So, this is a jab. Then, we're going to marry the two. The footwork with the jab. Looks something like this. Every time you lift up your front foot, I want you to push out that jab.
Okay.
How was that?
Is that good?
It's great.
Okay.
Let's see that again. Not bad, not bad. Get that right hand a little further away from your face.
Okay.
Further. There you go. Question is, do you feel ferocious yet?
That's a good question. No, because I'm smiling.
In due time, it will come.
When I'm smiling, I don't always feel ferocious.
I just gotta say, I'm just blown away that like you're there in the middle of the street, probably in Toronto. No one's bugging you, and I'm thinking when you're 6'6" and a mountain of muscle, you can do whatever you want, wherever you want. Like how does this happen?
I know.
What happens?
No one's gonna look at you funny. No one's gonna judge you. You just do whatever you want.
There's people around. I'll show you. There's people around watching. You know.
I love it, but no one's gonna say anything.
No, it's a beautiful thing.
It is.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is beautiful.
It really is.
Nice.
Okay, so and
Okay.
this one's gonna be out in front, and
Beautiful. Okay. Now, you're going to learn how to throw your cross, your meat and potatoes. You're going to sit in your boxing stance. heel off the ground. What I want to see you do is you want to push that left hand forward. And again, just before it's fully extended, palm facing down, knuckles first, full extension. Okay? As you're doing that, I want to see you whip the hip. Drive, drive, drive. Twist that foot. How does that look?
It's good. How does it look?
Looks good. Good technique. Good balance.
Great. Now let's marry the two together.
Okay.
You have the jab, pivot for the cross. Jab, pivot for the cross. Double jab, pivot for the cross. You can even do the same thing going backwards. That's
always my hard one.
That's a topic I'd like
I
to
struggle
discuss
to
short.
go backwards and jab.
Oh, okay. It's tough to do.
It's something I've noticed with
It is
myself. I
Say
do
that again?
struggle with the.
Yeah, getting.
You struggle with jabbing going backwards?
Yeah, the backwards and the punch. They're never in sync, like timing wise.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my
Interesting.
feet and my fists don't go at the same pace backwards.
I just I was in training camp back in 2006 in Moscow, well, outside of Moscow in Russia, and I met a brilliant coach. I was in camp with Sasha, but Alexander Povetkin, and his coach at the time, his first name is Dmitry, I cannot pronounce his last name. Great man. And I was just talking to him maybe 4 months ago, and it was crazy. Something about Russia that I did not know, I don't know many people know. In Russia, boxing is such that one can actually get a PhD in boxing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I was impressed. And then, over and above, actually, Dimitri has his PhD. But more importantly, at least more importantly in accordance to this conversation, we had a discussion as to how to throw a jab cross going backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Let me show you my way of throwing a jab cross going backwards. From the orthodox stance. Jab.
Yeah.
Jab.
Cross. Yeah.
Dimitri's way. Jab, cross. Jab, cross. I couldn't argue it from the jab cross standpoint. I thought it was brilliant for a number of reasons. In his style. Sorry.
You can totally grab the phone.
In his style, you give up very little as your opponent is actually attacking you. Right? You stand, jab. All of it is you go from a boxing stance where 70% of your weight is over your back leg. You bring your left foot, your lead foot, and you bring it underneath you. Step it backwards to generate the power for your cross. I can't argue it. The only thing is, what happens when you need to do a double jab? That's when I kept screwing him up. In doing so, in his style, there's consequence right from the jab. You want to come in on me, I haven't gone anywhere, bam. My style, a person's coming after me, I'm maintaining distance by taking a step back.
Yeah.
That jab is more like a measuring tool to tell me he's staying right here.
Yeah.
And then I finish with him.
So I think
the jury's still out as to which one's right.
Step and throw,
Mm-hmm.
or I can be here and I can step back and
backwards.
throw.
That's straight distance. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I like this. Okay, so I can, if I don't want to lose too much distance, I can just transfer my weight from the front leg and kind of bring it in.
Yep.
And then put it out. Or
Yep.
I can
Straight distance
back and punch. Okay. Okay.
As far as I'm concerned, the jury's still out. I like his style. It's completely different than anything I've ever seen, but I just don't understand what would you have to do in the event that you wanted to do a double jab, because you put all your weight over your left leg, so you're dead in the water.
Nice.
So what if you did the step back with the jab, and then
Marry the two together.
Yeah, marry the two together.
It's not bad. It's not. Again, it's more of a question of how do you know that your opponent is coming after you for not 3 jabs or 4 jabs or whatever the case may be.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, because once you've gotten that jab, once your lead foot is under you, you're off center now yourself,
Precisely.
Right? So you leave yourself open for that opportunity for a single jab to just.
You have a high boxing IQ to figure it out, right? You got to figure your opponent out quickly.
Yep. Yeah.
I like that.
One thing you mentioned again, you mentioned about the training camp and being in their hub. So let me just educate our viewers a little bit. So what happens is when professional boxers are fighting a certain style of fighter, they will want to have their fighter be able to do rounds with someone that mimics the style of the opponent that they're going to face. So if you're facing somebody like a Klitschko who's like a 6, I don't know, Klitschko 6'6" or whatever, you would need to bring in sparring partners of that size. Hence, a Big Ray was called upon many times because of his height and his boxing ability. Now, what I want to ask you is, give me, off the top of your head, the most organized, excellent training camp that you ever went to. You're like, whoa, this thing was just so like they had it down.
On point?
Yeah.
There was a group. There was a promotional group called Universum out of Germany. Germany. They were the most professional, most together group I had ever worked with. Literally, we walked in. I walked into their gym, the main gym, and then I was told that there's 14 male world champions and 12 female world champions training out of this facility. So right off the top, you know that this is quality. I was there to spar with Ruslan Chigayev when he was the WBA heavyweight champion, and he was getting ready to fight the beast from the east, Nikolai Valuev, the 7-foot giant.
Yeah, massive.
Okay, so yeah, it was incredible. You walk in, there's a board of all the different fighters, and then underneath them you have their sparring partners, and then the sparring partners, they tell you what time you're going to be there, what time you're going to have your training camp or your sparring session, 3 times a week. After that, pretty much the time is yours to do what you will, but if you enjoy not feeling a whole lot of pain, you're going to train throughout training camp. So they will actually offer me an opportunity to actually do what's called strength and conditioning with them, with an actual coach, and which has never been. I've never had that kind of treatment in any of my other camps. They also worked on me a little bit because I spent so much time there. They felt, which is a concept that I still don't know why people don't subscribe to this. You're only as good as your sparring partner. Bottom line. If your sparring partner is a cripple, you will fight like a cripple. So what they did is they were vested in how I looked. So they actually did pad work with me. They actually critiqued my style, which was unheard of because they had a big stable, and at the end of the day, there's a couple of guys in their stable I could have fought, but because I was sparring with them as much as I was, they took that route. So, to answer your question, yeah, Universal. Universal. Unfortunately, they're no longer around.
How was the food? Did they feed you well as well while you were there?
The scenario was amazing. We stayed at the famous Hotel Kruger. It's famous to boxers because all the boxers stayed there. And the scenario is, okay, you have a free buffet first thing in the morning, and then you get €50 a day per diem for meals for the rest of the day. But the thing is, when you have a free buffet, at least for me, I didn't stop eating.
Right?
Exactly. I didn't stop eating.
You know why Universal is no longer? They were offered free buffet to heavyweights.
I'm not heavyweight.
No,
I'm here all day. All day.
Right?
And a breakfast buffet too. Like, I'm done. I don't even know.
Nice. Nice.
No, it was amazing. They were amazing.
All right.
Yeah.
Ready for rapid fire?
Oh, I'm ready for rapid fire.
All right. So, Big Ray, this is where we get to ask you any question that we want. Could be boxing, could be unrelated, and you have to answer it truthfully. All right. So, are you ready? Do you want to ask first? Or you want me to ask?
Wait, I have two.
Yes.
One's just for fun.
Okay, fine. You get two.
I'm afraid.
Ray, what is the favorite title that you have won?
Oh, like that.
Your favorite, like, that you've won a belt, a nice title belt. Which is your favorite?
It would have to be the CPBC, and the one that meant the most to me was the CPBC heavyweight title when I won it in 2012.
Who'd you beat?
I beat Eric Martel.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, Eric Martel. Yeah, it was. He was a decent fighter, but it was. He just didn't understand to stay down.
I hate it when that happens.
My second question: what is your favorite restaurant in the city?
In the city of Toronto or city of
Toronto.
Waterloo? In Toronto. Black and blue. How fitting. Black and blue.
Okay.
Black and blue is a high-end steakhouse. It's positively decadent.
Okay, I will be going to Black and Blue. I'm going to tell him Big Ray said that I should come.
Yeah. Black and Blue?
Yeah.
Table for three? Are you reaching Michelle? Okay, so a table for four?
Yeah.
Please just let us know what table.
No,
Will do.
For sure.
Will do.
All right, my question. If you could have a one-on-one private concert, it could be a group or it could be an individual, alive or dead, one-on-one private concert, you and the artist or artist, who would that artist be?
Please don't say Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet mother, no.
There are no no's.
My favorite artist, my favorite entertainer and artist of all time, Marvin Gaye.
Oh! Yeah.
I like it.
I have played Marvin Gaye as a come-out song. Do you know what song I played to come out to Marvin Gaye?
No, some terrible names.
Let's get it on.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I like it because it's subtle.
Yeah. Have you ever done a walkout to Marvin Gaye?
I've done, no, not to Marvin Gaye, no, but I have aspirations to, yeah.
When's the next fight then?
Let's make that happen.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it happen.
All right.
I like it. Well, thank you very much for joining us today. If you're ever, free and you want to just come hang out at the center with us, we would love that. And teach me some footwork here. I'd be ever so grateful.
Oh, no,
yeah,
no
you know where to find this? In the K-Dub?
No. Been there once or twice, yeah.
That's right. Good. Listen, Big Ray, thank you so much for taking time. All the best in all your careers, movie, boxing, whatever else you got going on. Much success. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us.
Thank you.
Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Oh, wait,
All
will
right.
we see you at the United Fights on May 27th?
Yes, you will.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Good night, buddy.
It's going to be such a great night. Such a great night. We look forward. Why are you coming? Oh, no, you're away.
I'll be in Jamaica.
Aaron and I will see you there. It's apparently too good for us, and he's going to the beach, so.
All right. Awesome.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful day, and everybody enjoy your Boxing Day.
Nice.
Thank you, Butchie. Take care.
Have a good one.
Bye now.
Are we going to let the fans know about Saturday?
Oh, which Saturday? There's so many great Saturdays.
This Saturday, we have an introductory boxing
with
clinic with Scarlett. All right, that's
guys, Scarlett Delgado, she is working her way to Paris 2024 Olympics.
Yeah. Number 5 in the world right now.
Number 5
amateur, 54 kilogram. She will be here doing a boxing introduction workshop. So if you want to...
Bonus, you didn't answer the... Okay, guys, the link in our bio.
You got 4 minutes. You got 4 minutes.
No, it says Friday. It's
Friday.
You have an hour and 24 hours and 4 minutes. Correction.
Okay.
Go to the link in our bio. You can register to come to the event and have your introductory boxing lesson with Scarlett Delgado and entered automatically to win a wonderful pair of Sting boxing gloves that they have kindly donated.
Yeah,
right?
Blue.
Oh, they're very pretty.
Very pretty.
They're very pretty. If you look through our stories or Scarlett's or Sid's, you'll be able to see them. They're gorgeous. Yeah. They're gorgeous. Yeah. And then on June 17th, is it the 17th?
Yeah.
I'm really bad with dates.
It is June 17th.
It is June 17th. We have our big Sid Summer Slam. All right, guys. Again,
I don't know why. When you said SummerSlam, I thought about picking you up and slamming you.
Oh my God, that would have been so much fun. We should put that in the Summer Slam. Okay, you guys donate enough money, I will let Sid
Sonya
on the ground.
It's the wrong sport.
No, wait. That's the Saturday night. Okay. Not too hard, though, because then I have to get on a plane, and if I'm crippled... no, that's okay. If I'm crippled, I get a wheelchair.
Okay.
And I get pushed through customs and everything faster. But join us out, guys. You can register for that as well.
Yeah.
We're going to have tons of fun events. It is full family friendly.
Kids
it is free.
Yep. Bring
it's going to be such a good time.
Bring your mama, bring your grandma, bring your kids. Bring your neighbor.
Maybe a pie in the face situation.
Ooh, wee.
So, leave a comment. Let us know which trainer at the center here that you would like to see get a pie in the face.
Okay.
Did
we have any comments we need to answer before we leave?
We had Phoenix say that Big Ray, let's go. We love that. And I think another one from Phoenix, she found herself doing the footwork along with us, guys. Beautiful. I love that, Phoenix.
And my coworkers thought I was crazy.
Phoenix, I work in a boxing gym, and my coworkers think I'm crazy all the
time. You're on a mission.
So.
Just tell them when they say, no, I'm on a mission.
Right?
All right, Phoenix wants to get in the ring. So
I'm going to say that every time you say I'm crazy.
When you say I'm on a mission. Ooh, awesome. Okay.
All right.
We're not getting to all those.
Well, guys, thank you very much for joining us. 2 weeks from now, we will see you again. Let us know if you have anything that you would like to see, because we're open to that.
Okay.
All right?